everybody, and welcome to another episode of Over the Curb podcast, a Formula One podcast for fans old and new by Formula One fans old and new. Joining me today is Shakuni. Shakuni, what's up,
Hello.
Shakuni?
I am speechless after this, whatever it was.
Whatever it was. Where should we start from?
We should start from. So I did not watch FP1, FP2. I was in the office, so wasn't able to watch that.
Wasn't much. Like there was just one crash with Daniel Ricciardo, and I think it was in the same corner where Mick crashed today. And there was like a. So what happened was that the radio message that was broadcasted was Daniel Ricciardo's race engineer asking, "Is the car okay?" before asking if Ricciardo was okay. And everybody's like, "Oh, what is this? You care about the car more than you care about the driver." Not understanding that Monaco TV direction, right? I don't know if he was watching the driver on board or not, but like from the data, he could see that the car was slowing down. So he asked Daniel if the car was okay. Why is he losing power? And then, but it got like with everything combined, like we saw the crash first and then the radio message was heard or whatever. I also did not watch FP2 because I was watching the Johnny Depp trial. So
wow.
I also missed that, but this is what there was closing statements like I have done the last entire week. I have been immersed in the Johnny Depp trial. So
very good.
Yeah, that was the only thing that happened in practice. Like what hurts me the most is I don't know, Ricciardo was doing such good performance in practice. Like he was doing like really good runs in the practice, and then I don't know, after that everything was just gone. So anyways, that was practice, but nothing more. Even I think qualifying also, there were no surprises. Like I think the only surprise I would say was that Vettel made it to Q3, not because Vettel is bad, but because the Aston Martin is bad.
No, so for me, now it is not a shock anymore, but the red flag for that Tsunoda puncher, if you remember, in Q2.
Yes. So it was because the marshal pressed some button or something like that, or they waved the flag before they could understand what the situation actually was.
Yes. So compared to that, would you say what happened today?
It was an immediate red flag.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
but it was not even a double yellow. No. It was a virtual safety car. Oh my God. Oh, we'll get to today. FIA had so many fuck-ups today. Oh my God. I was speechless. When I saw the virtual safety car, I was like, wait, what? Did I see the accident wrong? What happened? Wait, what?
Oh my God, don't get me started. Yeah.
Why was a puncher a red flag? I am not able to understand, because if that would not have been the case, the Q2 would have been very different.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen so many instances of, FIA jumping the gun and everything. And see, I understand from a marshal point of view. The problem with Monaco is that if there is a car on the track that is going relatively slow, and even if it is keeping off the racing line, it is still very risky. So from that logic, I can understand that red flag.
But he was so close to the pit lane. My point is, he was so close to the pit entry, 10 seconds and he would have been in the pit entry. A yellow flag was also possible.
Yeah. That's also, now that I think of it, he was very close to the pit entry.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the marshal also jumped the gun. Monaco has to go. And this
is the final year.
So the contract is actually ending for Monaco, and I hope to God that it goes. Yeah, I mean, it will be a riot among F1 fans, and I think to an extent amongst drivers as well. But no, like let's just before we get to the race, the Q3 crash.
Oh yes.
Second time in Max Verstappen's Monaco qualifying has another person crashed and not let him go for pole position.
True, but so Leclerc pole, love it. My man deserved it all through because he was exceptional throughout the weekend. So he deserved that pole. Q2 Sainz, okay, agreeable. He could have gone Q1 because he was on a very flying lap. So he would have become Q1 as well. Perez, so okay, I am with Sainz on not getting the penalty because that yellow flag, I did not see that yellow flag before it happened when the Perez accident happened because Sainz was coming at a very strong speed and the marshal was somewhere in the shadows waving that flag. So
Sainz did not get a penalty.
Sainz did not get a penalty for that, but there is a huge thing that why did Sainz not get a penalty?
So from the replay that I saw, Sainz and Perez were very much like right next to each other. Like Sainz was just behind Perez. So
like one corner behind Perez. Perez spun. Sainz took the turn and then he did not see the yellow flag and then he took the turn. Sainz did everything in his power to stop the car and turn, so that he doesn't get into Perez. And I applaud him for that because that would have been a very nasty accident if Sainz would not have used his brain.
Yeah, but I think in the end, while he was trying to save it, I think he also had a similar kind of a thing like Perez because Perez also spun.
Yeah, so he had to spin the car or else he would have gone straight into Perez.
Straight into him. Yeah. So good save by Carlos. Not the first of this weekend, but it was, dude, I become this very unlikable person when I talk about Max Verstappen, but I was very happy that Max was so frustrated because it was like, that means he's going to make mistakes. Like there was a chance that he would be so angry that he would make mistakes, but
that happened. And then
other than that, I think Charles, Carlos, Perez, Max. One thing I would say is that I think after Spain, Checo this weekend came out all guns blazing. Like he was on a mission to prove that he deserves to be fighting for that championship for Red Bull.
I agree. And I think to a very good extent, he has proved it this weekend that he deserves that seat. But now the point is, what will Helmut and Horner do?
Dude, I'm telling you, they don't have a good second driver. They don't have a driver who can be in that car and be in the mix and help Max eventually. They have to make sure that they don't piss off Checo. Checo is not a driver. If they don't let Checo win this year, and if there are talks that Danny Rick might be dropped, I don't think McLaren will break their contract. But if next year he drops, I don't know if Checo will go back to McLaren because he's already had one stint with McLaren very early on in his career. But I mean, we've seen driver come back to their older teams like Alonso. It's not like it cannot happen. Like that Sergio Perez and this Sergio Perez are two very different drivers. So
yeah. This Perez is out for so this week I saw him out for blood, racing for glory and everything. So I
almost expected him to say on the radio, not bad for a second driver.
Oh, you would have danced.
Yeah, a little Mark Webber sass. I would have appreciated it. So it's okay. It's not the last time. Checo is going to prove to them that they are unfair in thinking that only Max can win the championship for them. And I think that's right now it looks like the only person who can slow down Max's charge towards that championship is Perez, because Ferrari strategy calls are oh my god. Okay, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's get to just Sunday. Okay, just restart.
Oh, the idiotic restart.
Oh my god. Okay. When the broadcast started, it wasn't raining. It had rained, but it wasn't raining, or at least it wasn't raining that bad. And the restart was delayed because there was rain coming on the way of the track. That's why they delayed the restart first. Okay. And then there were 2 laps behind the safety car. By the time those two laps happened, it had started raining very badly and conditions were very bad. So they red flagged the race. Okay, good call. That was the right call. When I was watching those laps behind the safety car, I was like, no, this is the right call, because it was very Spa 2021 like it was a huge spray. So I was like, yeah, okay, understood. Even if it is, especially if it is Monaco, right? Because Monaco, there is no runoff area, there is no gravel trap, there is no way. If you spin, you go straight into the barriers with in like huge force. So I understand from that point of view. But then they red flag the race, everybody's back in the pits, the rain stops, and then they're waiting for the track to dry. I'm like, why would you do that?
So even during that restart and the pre-restart and whatever nonsense they played, so during that time they started the clock around 2-3 minutes before the race started initially, and even after that they had a some kind of a formation lap car thingy, and after that the proper race started.
Yeah. They had 2 laps
And
behind the safety car. Even like when the second time the race, like after the red flag when the race started, there were two
yeah,
laps behind the safety car. But it shouldn't have been delayed in the first place. Okay,
it shouldn't have been delayed, and the time should have started once the car started rolling, right? They
no.
started the race 2 minutes before the race began in actuality.
No, okay. If they started the clock early, I am thankful, because it was, that race is unbearable. And like I don't, it finished, it started for us, it started at, so 6:30 was the scheduled start time, and the race ended at 9:30. That's 3 hours. That's in line with the regulations. So the clock starts at the scheduled race starts after the first lap happens. So like when the race actually starts, you have to make sure that the race finishes in 2 hours. In case there are suspensions or red flags because of weather or whatever, like suspension, race suspended is like mostly because of like weather conditions, unless there is like something massive that has happened and the track and the race has to be suspended because of that. Mostly they are because of rain, and in that case the entire duration of the event cannot be more than 3 hours. So by that logic, it is right, the race should not have been delayed in the first place just because of the possibility of rain. I saw a tweet, I saw a very funny tweet that said, if you ever feel worthless in your life, just know that wet tires exist in Formula One. Like that is so true. Because when the race actually started, every car that was on wet tires was
Yeah,
immediately on the back foot because the track had dried so much. They delayed the race start for so long. It was, oh my god. I think the race properly started at 4:05 local time, which means for us it was 7:30.
around 7:30, 1 hour
Yeah,
late.
1 hour late. And then like it totally threw off the strategies for every team, because people who started on wet were immediately on the back foot. And Gasly was the first one to pit for inters. He did pit for inters, and then the commentators are like, Gasly is flying. I'm like, yeah, because he has nobody in front of him. He doesn't have to follow a car and not have a chance to overtake them. He has free reign. He was around 30 odd seconds behind the entire track. So, of course, he's going to set the fastest lap. I mean, Max Verstappen is on inters behind Carlos Sainz, and you're telling me that Gasly's car is faster than Max's car? I mean,
Yeah,
that
so
can
the
never happen.
fastest lap this week is Lando
Lando
Norris.
Norris again did not have anybody. Like he was he was around 28 seconds behind Russell. He had all the space in the world to go for it. He got the fastest lap. But if you're following another car in Monaco, you are restricted by, because there is, you can accelerate all you want, but if there is no place to overtake, what are you going to, you'll have to slow down.
Like how Alonso created that entire train.
Yeah, Alonso cost Ocon his place in top
Points.
10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I was saying. Like Alonso, if he wanted, he would have made sure that Ocon is in points. Alonso had a 30-second gap. He created a 30-second gap. And for what?
Yeah, I mean, I did not understand why. And I did not understand how that gap was created. Like 30 seconds is too much. That Alpine is not that slow.
That Alpine is not slow, but the thing was, he was not letting Hamilton go.
and he was slowing down at corners and everything, which was making Hamilton slow down. He was literally putting the car in the center of the road from where Hamilton cannot overtake. So he was doing that deliberately and slowing at every corner, which made that entire train. If
Okay,
you
but
know that,
what is the point of it? Like, okay,
I don't understand.
Alonso
I don't know why he did that. I have no idea why he did that.
Alonso was happy with his P7, right? I mean, you can't do much. Like, if you have the track position, you goddamn well are going to hold on to that track position. So that's there. But what's the logic of creating, like, Hamilton, anyways, even if you just concentrate on defending your position on the very few places where there is a possibility of overtaking. Like Monaco, you don't need to do much, man. It's very easy to not give up. I mean, Ricardo won a race at fucking 60% power. What are you saying? I don't understand.
Exactly.
But yeah, that was one of the things that happened. The Ocon Hamilton incidents. I don't even know what lap it was, but I think it was right off turn one. I think
Yeah, it
Ocon
was
did not.
the incident was after turn one. Ocon did not, like, Ocon crashed into Hamilton.
Yeah, Ocon did not leave enough space for Hamilton.
Yeah.
So got a 5-second time penalty. And other than Mick Schumacher, big crash. That Haas looks like it's made of Legos, man. I don't know how that backside
That,
of that car came off.
but that crash was really bad. Like
It was bad, but like I've never seen. Have you ever? Okay, I have not watched Formula One for that long. Have you ever seen a crash like that?
I think it was Grosjean only.
Yeah, Grosjean, but like
The last this type of crash was Grosjean.
yeah, where the car split in half. But I'm like,
Yeah.
that Haas is made. That Haas is a special car. Let's just leave it at that.
No, I'm just thinking how much damage have these drivers done to the constructors in this year, because this is like every race we are seeing one or the other crash which is decimating the car left, right, and center and causing huge loads of cash to the constructors. How are they not, being in violation of that money clause or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Because every race you think about, every race we have had one crash, which after which they needed like a new engine, a new chassis, new brake line, everything new. At least one team has had to have these type of crashes. So how are they not still crossing the budget line? I don't understand.
See, as we have talked about in the previous episode, it's the FIA's job to give us this information. I don't know what happened to that alleged Ferrari report, but
yeah, also Ferrari has filed that for Max crossing the pit lane.
Man, don't get me started. Like, first of all, and this weekend I also want to talk about the commentators. The commentators, I don't know what they have smoked or had. Like, dude, they are on some crazy drugs. Okay, there was one point in that race where I think it was after the red flag and everything, and some around, I think, 10 minutes left into the time, and Checo is leading. Carlos is 2 seconds behind him. Max is 2 seconds behind him. Charles is 2 seconds behind Max. So like everybody has a 2-second gap to the driver in front of them. And the commentators go, Charles Leclerc is falling behind of the top three. Like the top three are still in the mix, but Charles is falling behind. I'm like, what? I was following the live timing on the F1, like the F1 live timing on F1 TV, and I was watching the race also. Just in case, I always keep it open just in case they decide to not show the interval, because then that drives me crazy. So I always keep it open. And I checked on both the places. I was like, maybe my broadcast is a little delayed. Maybe. But that was the situation, and I'm like, what are you saying? What? It's just there were so many things. After a point, I just had to tune out of the commentary because I was like, these people are going to drive me crazy. It was so annoying. Like this entire weekend was so annoying. Anybody who enjoys Monaco I don't know, maybe you look for something else in a race weekend, but this was just such an annoying weekend for me. Perez, also when it was Verstappen who crossed that pit exit line, the commentators said Perez.
No, Perez also did. Perez also did. FIA has filed investigation against Perez and Verstappen both.
Verstappen. I saw that they are looking into Verstappen.
No. I just saw the document. The stewards have sent the mail to what's this? Red Bull.
Here's the thing. It's a very simple offense. Okay, you have to check if they exited the pit exit line, the yellow line, when they were coming out of the pits. It does not take that long in a race that is anyways boring. Nothing is happening in that race. What happened in that race? And I think if I remember correctly, yes, I remember this correctly. This happened before the red flag.
Yeah, this happened before the red flag. No.
The race, yes. Nobody pitted after the red flag. Nobody pitted after that. Yeah. So race director's responsibility is to make sure everything, like the track is getting clean, blah, 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 whatever. What are the stewards doing? What are the stewards doing? Just investigate it right then and there. Investigate it. It's a very simple offense. It does not involve anybody else.
Yeah.
And now, what are you saying? Are you saying that now do you think they are going to give out a penalty for this offense? It's not going to happen. At best, I'm telling you, if there is solid proof that they did it, which it looked like they did, they did, I will have to see what the pit entry lane regulations are, but it sure did look like that his tire went off the yellow line. At max, they are going to give him a reprimand. They are not going to give or a penalty point. That's it. It is not going to be a time penalty. It is not going to be a grid drop for the next race. It's not going to be.
But if it is a penalty, then Verstappen gets a 5-place grid. Na? Verstappen already has 3.
3 what?
3 penalty points for this season.
No, he does not. I think he's at 8.
No, for this season.
For this season, it does not matter. From the day you get the penalty point, you carry it.
So like for Sainz has 3 penalty points. 1 more and he gets a 10-place grid penalty.
No, 12 points and you get a race ban. That's how penalty points work. You're talking about reprimands, but that's also 5 reprimands. After 5 reprimands, you'll get a grid drop, which is I think Yuki is the only one who's on 4. I think Carlos is, yeah, you are right about Carlos. Carlos is on 3. I don't think Max has 3 reprimands. Let me open my document where I'm tracking everything. Okay, so let's see. Max Verstappen. Oh, I'm so surprised. There has been no reprimand for Max Verstappen this season.
What?
Yes.
He has done so much. How does he not have?
I mean, Carlos also has just 1 reprimand. Yuki, on the other hand, has 4 reprimands so far. So, yeah.
Yuki is a dead meat.
He's no, I mean, if he gets another reprimand, which he is going to get at some point in the season, he's going to have a 5-place grid drop. I think I will have to see. My point is that this should not have been a thing that is first being investigated by race after race. And I'm again also saying that it is only being investigated because I'm sure Ferrari appealed.
Yeah, Ferrari appealed. That's why it's been investigated.
That's the problem. It should not be something that is appealed and then it was clear. Anybody sitting at home could see that, and they did display it. But they only displayed it for Checo, not for Verstappen.
For Verstappen, it was visible during when it was happening. So I don't think why people why the FIA did not take any action.
Anytime anything happens, there is a message that pops up on our screens, right? Incident regarding car 1 noted dash exiting pit lane, whatever is the verbatim of it. I don't know that, but there is always like this particular incident regarding these cars or this car has been noted. I did not see that message for Verstappen, is what I'm saying.
True. I did not also see it. So yeah.
And between Verstappen and Perez, I think Max's was way too obvious.
Yeah, he literally Leclerc was right behind him. So just to ensure that Leclerc doesn't come very close to him, he just got on the track.
And if that's not an unfair advantage, what is?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know, because I wholeheartedly feel that the third place was Leclerc's, because Verstappen doing this, he definitely should have given the unfair advantage.
If this verdict comes out as no further action, we're just not going to talk about FIA anymore. Like, such blatant display of, I can't even find the words. Like, I don't have the words to like wrap my head around. My theory is true. Basically, what I'm trying to say is my theory is true, and it is going to be a big problem going into the season, because now the championship fight is going to get intense. Charles is going to come elbows out. Max already has a big threat from his own teammate. Okay, I know Monaco did not look like the best race for Mercedes, but it could be because of the track as well. But it could be that Spain was a one-off. I don't know. But like Baku,
no. Russell was the speed that Russell was getting in the Mercedes after the red flag was the same as the Red Bull and Ferrari, but he was not going after them because it was of no point, he was saving the tires, which is why after some time even Hamilton did not push on Alonso. He also was just maintaining position.
So Charles obviously is going to come back. Checo already Red Bull has already angered Checo once, and you damn well sure he's going to prove day in and day out, race after race, that he deserves to be fighting for that championship. And if Mercedes also enters that race, if these race directors and stewards, if these people don't grow a backbone and take some decisions that they need to be taking and evaluate all the drivers fairly, we have another controversial championship on our hand.
Yeah,
just going to be the worst thing ever.
Even I think now Norris is also getting into that speed, and he's also getting that speed out of the car, so that is also going to affect. So I think it's going to be a 7, like the top 7 is going to be a fun.
I mean, it's like Norris and Carlos have like the same kind of a curse. They just can't seem to get that first race win.
Yeah, I know. I just hope Sainz finally wins it, because this weekend Sainz did pretty good job. Like he got my respect back, Sainz.
Also, I just want to say, I was the only one who was saying that both Ferraris will finish. I know, Shakuni, you gave... No. In your prediction, if you listen to the last episode, that's not what you were saying.
I know.
I get an extra point in prediction league.
Oh, freak off. I don't know if we abuse on the podcast or not.
No, we do. I mean, we talk about the FIA. Of course we do. We have to.
Then fuck off. No extra point.
I said it in the last episode. I said if, and you agreed. So I get an extra point.
No.
Not that I need it, because I killed it in the fantasy league, in the Premier League, this prediction league this time. What is wrong with me? So yeah, that's about it. Monaco does not deserve our time anymore. It already took 3 hours of our time, and we started the race in conditions that were bound to make that race very boring. This is exactly what happened. After that first pit stops, there was no change, and then the red flag happened. So any possibility of having another pit stop was gone. Everybody changed their tires, and everybody finished the race on what they had on. Yeah, well done, Monaco. You disappointed one more time. And anybody who thinks that this race weekend was much more quote unquote exciting, it was exciting for all the wrong reasons. There was more talks about why it was delayed, why there was not an immediate red flag after Mick's accident. it was not exciting for the racing action. Like how Spain was. Like Spain, I can understand. Not the greatest race of the season so far, but still there was something that we were still looking forward to.
It was fun. Spain was at least fun.
Yeah. This is just all right. Let's talk about the constructors. Ferrari, get a better strategy engineer. Like just what hurts me the most is that in Monaco, your qualifying is the thing that is most important, right? It's all about qualifying.
Yeah.
If you get the track position, well, you know what both your drivers did. It should have been a 1-2.
Also, even during the qualifying, like Charles was screaming at the radio, like, why are you sending me with so much traffic? You know, that's not right. That they should be planning it properly. I don't understand.
Charles entered the pit lane and then the race engineer comes and he's like, stay out, stay out, stay out. I'm like, what are you doing? Make up your mind. And kudos to Carlos for taking that stand, saying that we are going to go straight on slicks. I'm not going to pit for inters. We are going to go straight for slicks. I just don't understand. Even Red Bull, when they pitted Perez for another set of inters, I'm like, this pit stop does not make any sense. Like, why are you doing this? Are you again trying to give Max an advantage? It really felt like that. So really, really bad strategy calls. And if, God forbid, Charles loses the championship, he's going to look back at Spain and Monaco both, and he'll be like, this is where I lost the championship. Like, all that comfortable lead is now gone. Like, he's actually, I would say he is 9 points behind him in the championship, somewhere around 9 or 10 points. So
10 points.
Yeah.
9 points. Charles is 116 and Max is 125.
Yeah. So they can't be doing this. Okay. Red Bull. Sergio, amazing. Perez, very happy for him. He deserved that race win, and I hope this continues. I hope that he keeps on pushing Max like that, and we are bound to get Max's worst quality, or the thing that works against him the most, is his anger, and it's very easy to get him angry.
Yeah, you just frustrate him a little and he makes some mistake.
So I hope this continues. Mercedes, you can't do anything. I don't know how to evaluate anybody because you can't do anything on this track. Gasly is the only one who was able to do like one overtake, from what I remember, 1 or 2 overtakes, and that's it.
But at least for Mercedes, I have some positives that at least they are getting the speed in. At least, the car was fast. They were able to, like maneuver it properly.
At least their times were good. So that's exactly a positive. McLaren, again, Ricardo, I don't know.
Ricardo is lost. He is lost.
I don't know what is wrong. This will be the end of Daniel Ricciardo in Formula 1. As much as I love him, I can't make any more excuses for him. So, especially because he was doing so well in practice sessions, man. He was doing so well in the practice sessions. I don't know what happened. Alpine, good. I would say Alonso qualified 7th, finished 7th. Ocon qualified 10th, finished out of the points. But
I feel now, Alpine really needs to have that talk with Alonso that, bro, please try for the team, not for personal glory. Please think of the team now.
I don't think he was. I don't think he was going for personal. What was the glory here? He had to. I would just say this. He did not need to make so much of an effort to retain his position against Hamilton, to slow Hamilton down. Like, that was too much effort on a track like Monaco. You don't need to do that. You don't need to have a 30-second lead from the car in front of you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why, they need to have that conversation, because if he would not have done that, even if, let's say, for example, Hamilton would have overtaken, he still would have managed to make Ocon get in points.
I mean, he still could have. He had 30 seconds of gap in front of him. If he wanted to accelerate, he could have accelerated.
Yeah, he accelerated in the middle and then he started slowing down again. I don't understand why. What the fuck is wrong with him? And I also don't understand why no strategist, no team principal, no one intervened and asked Alonso to please.
No, they did. I don't know, but I think at one point Ocon came on radio and said that tell Alonso to pick up the pace.
Yeah, after that he picked up the pace for what, 3 laps? And then slowed again.
Dude, I really tuned out. I was like, there is no point. If after the red flag, if I had slept and woken up, the order would have still been the same.
I'll tell you the difference it was between Norris and Alonso. Norris was 12 seconds behind Perez, and Alonso was 46 seconds.
Yeah, I know.
46 and 12. What is that?
Yeah, that was an unnecessary gap that he created. I don't know why.
And after that, when they got to know that there will only be 22 to 25 laps only, after that he could have, picked up the speed. Perez was racing in full speed. Verstappen in mediums was racing in full speed. Why was he not racing in full speed? All the medium drivers were racing in full speed, right? So I don't see the point.
I don't know. I am very curious to see what happens of these summons for Max and Checo. Other than that, I am done with Monaco. I don't have to think about it until at least the calendar for next year is announced. Monaco is over. I'm happy. Let's get on with then what else do we have? Aston Martin. Stroll again lost control of his car once, I think, but other than that, pretty uneventful. Okay race for Vettel. I think he started 9th, finished 10th. So, I mean...
Everyone behind Alonso, I blame Alonso for a fuck all race because...
But like what... Okay, hypothetically, if that gap was not created, what would they have done? You can't overtake on that track. You can't do it.
At least they would have... Something would have happened, right?
Nothing happened.
Did you see that DRS screen?
I saw the DRS screen, but that was essentially what happened in the front as well. It does not matter if you have a 30-second gap with the car in front of you or a 10-second gap. It does not matter because you can't overtake. You cannot overtake. Like even the top four were separated by what, a second and a half? You cannot overtake. Red Bull had so much graining on their tires and faster Ferraris could not overtake. 2018, Ricciardo was at 60% power, Vettel behind him, full power, could not overtake. You cannot overtake in Monaco. It cannot happen.
Let's just be happy that Monaco is done.
Monaco is over. Like, I just want to be done with this. There's no point. Bad weekend for Haas.
Oh, very bad weekend for Haas.
Yeah, please, Haas, bring upgrades. What else? Alpha, okay-ish performance, I would say. What, I think Bottas finished 11th?
Bottas in points.
He finished in points? How?
Yeah, Bottas was behind Hamilton.
Okay, Bottas was right behind Hamilton.
Ocon. I mean,
okay,
Bottas was behind Ocon.
Bottas was behind?
Ocon. So Ocon got a 5-second penalty.
Yeah. So that's why Bottas and Vettel came in.
Yeah, Bottas was 10th and now he is 9th and Vettel was 11th. He got a point.
Okay, got it. Yeah, okay. Compared to other Valtteri Bottas results, this was bad. But I mean, it's Monaco. You can't do anything. He started 12th, finished 9th. That's the best you can ask for in Monaco.
Yeah.
Who else is left? Williams, shockingly bad weekend. Only for Albon. Latifi was just Latifi. Like, Latifi crashed behind a safety car. Like, went into the barriers behind the safety car. That's all I need to say. Stroll almost touched the barriers behind the safety car. That's all I need to say. Let's move on.
Yeah, I know. So, fun fact, Latifi and Mick are the only two drivers who don't have a point.
Yeah, I know. I know, but at least I have hope for Mick. I don't have any hopes for Latifi.
That you can say. Yeah.
That only I can say. You will not say
that. Exactly. As I said, I will not say.
Last but not the least, Alpha Tauri. Kind of invisible today throughout. Like, I didn't see much from... Sure, Gasly had that one overtake that he did. Other than that, I'm not sure. But
I would really blame the stewards for ruining Gasly's weekend.
No, what did they do?
Because if you remember in Q1, they called Gasly for the that thing, weight testing, and that too with around 5 minutes or 10 minutes left in the Q1. And then the Sunoda red flag happened. So Gasly only had one hot lap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was on the hot lap when the red flag happened.
Got it.
So, like, my point is, if you want to do weight testing and whatever fuck, do it when the Q1 starts, na? Right at the end when everyone...
Do it before the cars go out on track.
Even that, no. But like, if you want a car who just finished a hot lap, and if you want to do, then do it when the first hot lap is done. Why do it when it's going to be like the final neck and neck thing, and then you call the person who is 16th or 15th in the grid? Like, what logic is this?
True.
Because that thing takes around 3-4 minutes of the time, right? So when does Gasly have the time to get that next thing done?
Yeah.
Like a second hot lap done. So that's why he was out in Q1.
Also, apparently, Albon also got a 5-second time penalty for leaving the track and gaining an advantage.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, is it an advantage if he's running 18th? But yeah, I mean, I guess for the 17th driver, it is. I think Albon retired because he was like, guys, let's just save the engine. There's no point racing here.
But he was, I think, he overtook Mick and a lot of guys. So like 2-3 guys he overtook, and then he got that 5-second penalty, and then he was like, fuck it.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to waste any more time on this fucking weekend. So let's get into predictions. So I know we did not do a preview, but we did have our predictions in before the qualifying. And I'm very excited about the results. So Kramer predicted for the podium, Charles, Max, George. Nothing.
Ooh.
Fastest lap to Max. So all of us predicted fastest lap Max. Nobody got a point for that. Okay. Then
okay, so this time's fastest lap was out of the box. It was kind of like genie. No one had ever seen Norris.
Does not matter.
I'm just saying. I
know.
Like, I am happy in a way that I lost the fastest lap this weekend.
Okay, so for general, he predicted at least one red flag, 3 or more DNFs, and Alonso above Ocon, all of which are true. So he gets 3 points.
Wow.
Honey Badger predicted Max, Perez, Russell.
Ooh.
None of that is true. Fastest lap to Max. Then he said Vettel in top 10 in race, which happened. At least 3 DNFs, which also happened. And both Ferraris DNF. That did not happen. So he gets 2. You said Charles, Max, George. I'm so heartbroken. Fastest lap to Max. Then you said at least 2 DNFs. Both Ferraris finished the race, and Perez out of top 5. So you also get 2 points. Okay. Now this is what hurts me the most. I had predicted Charles, Sainz, Max.
Ooh. Okay. 4 points.
4 points. Fastest lap to Max, that did not happen. Then at least 2 DNFs. Ricardo in top 10, which did not happen. And then I said Gasly beats Yuki, which let me just see. Yeah, Gasly beat Yuki. Gasly finished 11th and Yuki was 17th. So I get 6 points.
Yeah. Congrats.
I know. This is so amazing. I now have an amazing lead. Let me just see how big a lead I have, because this is very exciting. So I am now on 22.
Ayo.
Kramer is on 15. Honey Badger is on 17. And you are on 18. So I have a 4-point lead.
Okay. I'll cover it. I'm not worried.
We'll see.
It's Baku. It's Baku next week.
Baku
the most unpredictable.
Crazy. Yes, Baku is going to be crazy. But yeah, okay, yes, we are done. We are done with Monaco GP. This is going to be the most unsatisfactory episode, given how much we rant about FIA. The most unsatisfactory episode, but I am done. I am really done talking about FIA fuck-ups.
Okay, so which race now you are excited about? Let's do that.
Baku, I mean.
No. I'm not saying that the upcoming race. I'm saying like all the races that are about to happen this year. Which race are you most excited about?
Baku, Canada, I would say Austria because it is a sprint weekend. So I'm excited for that. Spa for sure, Monza, Suzuka, of course, and Brazil.
Nice.
And to a certain extent, Silverstone.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
So like all the next 4 races you are excited about?
No. Next
yeah.
4?
Yeah.
Baku,
Canada, Britain, Austria.
Yeah. Next 4 races, Spa and Brazil and Suzuka. Yeah.
Great.
That's literally all. Like Paul Ricard will have to see what happens, but and again, Hungary, I don't think it's the best track for overtaking, so we'll see how that goes. Zandvoort never liked it.
Orange Army.
Not because of the Orange Army, because that track sucks.
Okay.
And I mean, like Orange Army does not help.
I like that turn, that turn that they made, that steep turn from where the cars just zoom past it, if you remember.
It's not fun at all.
That's it.
Yeah.
We are done for Monaco.
We are done for Monaco.
Our episode is as short as the race.
It's literally not. That race felt so long. That race felt...
The track, I'm talking about the track. It's what, 0.84 miles only?
Yeah, I don't know. Like even with 77 laps, the total distance of the race distance of Monaco is only 260 kilometers. Can you imagine? Fucking hell.
Yeah, so if you think about it, it goes from a parking garage, it goes from someone's house, then you take a right to someone's bedroom, then you take a left, then it's someone's swimming pool. If you saw that closely, there is a turn which says take right for Nice. If I'm not wrong, this Nice is the same like the Italian Nice. So it is their highway, like they race in a international highway also in the middle.
Oh, I'm sure it's the city road and then it merges to the highway. That cannot be. That is in no way a highway, dude. We have streets that are broader than those Monaco roads. What are you saying? No. Yeah, but it's done. We are done with Monaco. And we are excited about Baku. So
Baku.
Thank you everybody for listening to this episode of Over the Curb podcast. Thank you, Shakuni, for joining. If you like the episode, please share it with your friends, subscribe to the podcast, click on the bell so that you get notifications when we release a new episode. If you have any feedback for us, or if you want us to cover anything, or if you want to be part of the podcast, write to us at overthecurbpodcast@gmail.com. You can also reach out to us on our Instagram. We are at Over the Curb Podcast, or you can reach out to us on Twitter. We are at Over the Curb Pod. Until Baku. Well done, Baku. Bye.
Bye-bye.